Hello, Barmy Badger Army, and welcome to another Tea and Talk with
Lemonade.
and Monster and stuff,
Lemonade.
and not sponsored. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're well, and welcome to Tea and Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about a film that we sort of teased the other day called Talk to Me. We're going to talk about the quiz night we went to the other day. We're going to talk about that now we have a tent in the garden, and we're going to big up some of the films and some of the filming that we did with Nick, plus some other bits and pieces, no doubt. Righty ho. Let's go! Oh, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There we go. Right, so let's start off by talking about Talk to Me, the film that we teased the other day that we went to see that was a sneak peek screening, and went to see it a week before it came out, which was really
Yeah,
good.
it was quite good. Yeah, because we went to the light and they had a mystery screening, and all they would tell you it was a horror film and it hadn't yet been released. It was an early viewing.
That's it. And
So we got in there, and the guy come to the front and said, like, "Welcome to the light. Does anyone want to guess who it was?" So I nudged you, and you went, "Talk to the hand."
Talk to the hand.
And the guy went, "Where's the hand one? It's the hand one." There, it's Talk to Me. And like everyone sort of like did a little cheer.
Yay! Yes, indeed, because it was top secret, and it came out a week beforehand. And obviously, big plug to the light, because you should always plug cinemas and things like that. If you're ever
If
in,
you've got like a smaller local one, the light doesn't have that many cinemas
that's it.
across the UK, so it is quite a small independent-y one.
Yes, include. I mean, obviously, the Premier Cinema in Romford has just cut their ticket prices to £3.50. So if you're ever in that area, I think there's one there and there's one in Wales, I think, or Glasgow. So please do support them. There's only two in the country of the Premier Cinema, so please do check those out and support them. Seeing as though they've now put their prices down for all tickets, I think it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Indeed. So that's an omega segue.
And also in the Premier, they have those what were they? They were like barbecue flavoured crispy things.
Yes.
In the heat machine, you know, like you get like some old bars with like the hot peanuts.
I was going to say, like you used to have in the old pubs,
Yeah,
but these, of
hot
course, do
peanuts.
not have 95 different types of urine on,
Uh,
because they're in a nice encased glass thingy with
And
all
they had,
hot
like,
crisps.
4 or 5 different flavours of like Tango Ice Blast.
That's it, yes. Well, note to the people that work in the light, please do not keep the ice blast too cold, because it does turn
my
into
God.
a block of ice.
It's turned into a block of ice at the bottom, and you're like using it like tipping in, like if you had another drink with you, like tipping that in there as well to melt it down a bit.
Maybe a small flamethrower, because it was literally like a piece of the Antarctic. You go, this is coming out nicely, and then it would set, and you're like, trying to get it open.
Which is not great when you're sitting in like a temperature controlled screen. So it's not as if it's like really hot outside. Bye Jonesy.
Bye, Jones.
Bye Jonesy.
Indeed.
And, yeah, but the film was quite good. It was Australian
Yes,
horror.
it was an Australian horror, which is rare. It's not really something you see all the time.
Not over here. Well, obviously you do in Australia, but not in
Yes.
the UK.
Obviously, I think it was funded by the National Lottery, and there's a man or a woman on some sort of assisted flying device.
There are 2 parachutes going
Two
over,
parachutes. I'm gonna all of a sudden I've got the
distance.
cat in the background, I've got Jones in the background, I've got the guys doing the parachutes.
And Ripley is actually sitting in between us on the floor. So
Chaos warranted.
yeah,
Okay,
I'm a
so
massive Aliens fan, so I've got Jonesy and Ripley.
yes, indeed, and of course that is a plug for hopefully Dead by Daylight
Dead by Daylight.
will come back to the channel once the new DLC's active, no doubt. Right, yeah, so let's get back to the film. It's an Australian film, came out about 2 weeks ago. They've already greenlit a sequel called Talk to Me, with a 2 in the title.
It's very possible that they would continue it over, because it didn't have really that. It didn't have a cliffhanger end, and it didn't really have a end. So
That's
it's one
right.
of those you could, if you wanted to take it as it's finished, you could. But if you was like all in hope that it could be a sequel, that is also a
Yeah,
possibility.
well, it's been greenlit. It's happening because it's done well, and it's going to be called Talk to Me with the 2 in the middle. Excuse me. Well, we get back to that in a minute, and on one of your TikToks. But yeah, tell us a bit more about the film.
But it sort of started off, didn't it, with like a group of teenagers sitting around, and someone looked like they was being possessed. And that's sort of like pretty much it. Oh, didn't it? It actually started off pretty grim, actually. I just remembered.
Yes.
It's a bit of a grim one. But it's basically, it looked like a clay hand, sort of like
That's
doing
it.
that. and they strapped you to a chair, and you held onto it, and you just said, "Talk to me." It's like naked emu.
It's emu. But yeah,
Emu.
but the idea is that this was it was like a psychic's hand. They didn't obviously embellish this too much, but it was like one of the urban myths towards it.
It was very much we've just got this hand. We've said it's like, it's a psychic's hand.
It's a psychic's hand that's been chopped off and embalmed and then encased in porcelain and things like that. Yeah. But they didn't actually properly reveal that.
It was sort of, second film would be good, because you get to know about a little bit of that backstory.
Yes, they would embellish some of the more storyline aspects. But yeah, the effects were great. There was a lot of practical effects involved.
It was more practical effects than anything else, because it was very sort of green horror. It wasn't.
That's it.
It wasn't based on loads of special effects or sound effects or anything like that. It was purely just lighting and makeup.
Lighting, makeup,
and acting,
and of course music, and the main prop was the hand, you know. And obviously they had all these different bits and pieces that were embellished, and you had some good flashbacks and some good information in there. And there was one key element that happens probably about 20 minutes, half an hour into the film, and that sort of exploded the storyline into 100%, and it went really well.
Unfortunately, you didn't even get too far in, and a couple of people got up and left.
That's it.
And I don't even think it was 20 minutes left. There was a guy sitting not too many seats away from me, got up and left.
Yes.
He left like near enough his whole drink and like half his popcorn. I was like, it's a waste. Why do people do that? Don't get these things if you're not going to have them.
That's it. I mean, and we generally, if we haven't finished, we take it with us, don't we?
Yeah.
So obviously these days in the economic climate, you have to save food and whatnot.
And the amount of people that throw away Tango Ice Blast large cup, it's a reusable cup.
That's it.
Cinemas with COVID won't reuse them, so you can't reuse the cups. You can reuse them at home.
That's it.
Or you might know someone that would reuse it. You know, you got students and people that haven't got nothing. So.
That's it, apart from some 35p noodles. But yeah, no, for me...
Noodles out of one of those.
Yeah, exactly, you could. But for me, they didn't leave because they didn't enjoy it. Apparently, there has been aspects of people I read today on Facebook, pardon me, there's been people that have been walking out of the cinema because nearly being sick. Because there is one particular bit that is really horrifying.
Oh, yeah, that actually was 12 to 20 minutes in here.
Yeah. So to be honest with you, I don't think it's because they didn't like it. I think it's because they found it too horrifying. There's people that have been reports of people being sick. There's been reports of people praying in the cinema. And I think someone fainted as well.
I think there is probably when, like earlier on in the film, when people got up and walked out, there is a trigger warning. Actually, one of them does involve I'd say a sort of a
youngish teenager,
a 10 to 12-year-old boy. So if you are triggered by anything happening to children, it's not for you.
No.
And is it actually? There was an incident with an animal as well. No harm was actually involved with the animal. It just was a scene that involved the dog.
That's it. So obviously, if you are a bit sensitive and a bit unsure, please
you can always check out doesthedogdie.com.
Does the dog die? Does the dog die? And there are many other websites where you can see, like, you know, if anything bad happens to anyone in it, and make your own decisions.
If you do like a horror film but things do trigger, you can go and just double check that that's not
That's
in there.
it. Yes.
But I think it's well worth a watch. I definitely,
I would say, definitely. I would watch it again as well, just to sort of pick up some of the subtle
bits that you miss.
Yes, there are some subtle nuances there, and that is why I would say it's like an old school horror, where you have to literally watch every single little bit, and if you went to the toilet, you would miss a key bit that would be like, oh, okay.
It's a bit like the Babadook, because that's Australian as
yes.
well, and the Australians are very good with the whole complex horror, the one that you really do have to think about.
What? It's a thinking man's horror.
It's a thinking one. So
it's a thinking horror, yes.
That was quite good, wasn't it?
Yes, it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And on to the scores. What would you give it out of 10? We always rate things, don't we?
I'd probably go for about an 8. It
A
was,
solid 8?
yeah, because it was
Yeah.
one of those. It didn't base everything on the special effects. It went straight in on story. The
Yeah.
story was good. The story could have done with a little bit more, but I'm sure they would bring that into the second one. So.
As you know, I'm a big fan of practical effects and things like that, so I give it a solid 8.5. Righty-ho, let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, or Mayhem Mutants, or whatever it's called. Yes, that one.
Well, we went to see that premiere, didn't we?
Yes, we went to see that at the premiere in Romford. Really good.
Yeah.
I really liked the action in it. I thoroughly enjoyed the stylisation of the animation as well.
It was like drawn stop motion, so it kind of looked semi 3D but drawn.
Yes.
And it was all a bit sort of like rough and sketchy, so it wasn't nice and clean and pristine. It
That's
fitted in with things that dwell in the sewers very well.
That's it, yeah, and it worked really well with that.
Yeah, and they were proper teenagers as well, rather than being adults. Because even though you say Teenage Ninja Turtles, if
That's
I get
it.
it out right, they never were teenagers, really, were they? This
No.
one, they definitely are.
Even
They
in some of the
definitely are.
more recent sort of versions or multiversal versions of it, they have actually added in the fact that they're not really teenagers. That it's more of a name, really. Whereas obviously with a lot of the Last Ronin stuff and all that, Michelangelo grows up, but that's a very recent thing.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them actually as
As teenagers.
teenagers and not really knowing how to fight and learning all
And
how
being
to.
that April was a teenager as well, rather
That's
than
it.
a grown woman that had like an RV thing.
That's it,
a
you know.
caravan,
That's
yeah.
it. And she was learning how to be a reporter as well in
So
it.
that was kind of cute.
That was very cute. And she was. And what I did like about it was that it actually had a lot of issues with anxiety and people being unsure of things. It was very much. These are teenagers. This is what a teenager would do.
Teenagers deal with now, rather
Yes.
than what teenagers dealt with in like late 80s, early 90s, when they first arrived. Was it early 90s? Really,
That's
wasn't
it, yeah. I mean, there is that element of the fact that, Leonardo does have a crush on April and all that. That's very cute.
Yes,
Whereas
that
I'm
is
pretty
cute.
sure back in the day it used to be Michelangelo that had a crush on
I
April.
know, but literally any time that involved them two, Badger Juniors, well, I don't like this film.
That's it, yeah. I don't like it.
Doesn't like teenage romance stuff.
That's it, because he's at that age
It
now.
was the same with Spider-Man.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
And talking about Spider-Man, of course, with that sort of same sort of idea, they did have real footage in there. So was it Ferris Bueller's Day Off, wasn't it?
Yep, it's Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah,
So they snuck out to see a film, and that was what film they watched.
And you actually
So
saw
did
it as a film.
Yeah, but it did keep to the time when the original ones come out.
That's it.
That was actually a film that was released. So
That's it,
they
yeah.
still kept with all of that.
Yes, that's right.
My sudden thing of, is that Jackie Chan?
Yes,
So
Jackie Chan
Chan
plays
is
Splinter, and there is a really good little Vanilla Ice, not cameo. That's probably the wrong word, but they, one of a car gets smashed, and they play "Go Ninjas, Go Ninjas, Go, Go Ninjas,
'cause
Go
I thought,
Ninjas, Go."
like, just literally take her back to being a kid again to that one song.
That's it.
That was quite cute. And like, was it Bebop and Rocksteady? You were voiced
Yes.
by John Cena and like Seth Rogen.
That's it. Yeah. So that was really cool. There was a lot of really big names in that. And I really liked the fact that there was the mutants in there. Of course, what was his name? Superfly. Superfly was really cool. He was a new villain in it, which I thought was really great. I like the fact that there isn't Shredder in it at all, because it means... Or was there? Ooh, no spoilers though. But I really like the fact that the film had room to breathe. And to be honest with you, I think it would have been really great if they'd have saved Shredder for the last one. Not saying he was in the first one at all. Anyway, but what I'm saying to you is it would be great if they built up to that as a final part of the trilogy.
Yeah.
But it was really refreshing to see a different villain take the centre fold.
Ridiculously, just on looks. Now, from what I can remember from being a kid,
Yes.
it was always Mikey and Michelangelo that was the sort of chubbier turtle.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't in this one. It was Raphael.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Raphael's chunky.
Raphael is chunky. He is like the big bad guy. He's but they've done that.
Pretty much. They made him that I can lift heavy weights, but I'm not very bright.
Yeah, but he's been like that for a little bit, really. In the last couple of versions of that, they've had him be sort of like the big beefy guy.
Yeah.
But Leonardo was skinny before, and he was not. But yeah, it's unusual that they made Michelangelo the skinny one.
Yeah, and he was still the sort of like outgoing, you know, daredevil one. He was
That's
still
it.
that.
Yeah.
And then Raphael was a little bit sort of nerdy. And it was really cute.
Yeah.
Completely different tone of voice to the others. And I was
Yeah.
undecided whether they'd actually made him female at first.
No, that's it. Yeah.
And it's sort of like they each represented a type of teenager, really.
Which was really cool. And Donatello was like a geeky anime tech guy. He was into, like, I think it was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure he's into, and he was wearing a t-shirt with that. So there were some weird anime references, and there was a lot of popular culture references hidden in the background and stuff.
It was cool. But what was even cooler
is
that you turn around and look at everyone sitting in the cinema, all the little families, they were all the dads.
Yeah, everyone was like...
I swear I was the only adult lady there, woman, whatever.
Yeah, I mean... Because
Viking, yeah.
Because I think they were personally, like, honestly, I don't know about you.
They were roughly the sort of like same age.
Yeah, so 40-year-old sort of plus. Because
going to watch their childhood favourite.
That's it. Because Turtles was epic. It was a really good film, and I really loved. Yes, pardon me.
Excuse me. I was the first person to ever get a membership for the UK.
Excuse
me.
We
won that on Going Live, I'll have you know.
Excuse
so
me.
I remember number one for the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Because that's what they originally come out as in the UK.
That's it, yes.
And it was only about 6 months before they changed to Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
So I'm officially the first person in the fan club. I'll find the stuff.
It always kept to Hero Turtles in the UK for its whole comic book run and the comic books. But after a while, the ninja stuff did bleed through. But yeah, I really liked, and on that note, I just want to segue in, that I actually won a competition to see the first film, and there was a special premiere and everything. I don't remember it offhand, but I swear some of the staff and that were in on this special thing, and there was staff from the film, and there was celebrities there and everything, and I won to go and see it.
But... are you member number one?
No,
I
wasn't.
Member number one.
No, I wasn't fan club number one, but I was in the fan club, and I did get lots of cool stuff, and I did collect all the stuff, and I am absolutely turtle mad. And to quote that guy off the internet, I like turtles. I like turtles. I even like the PlayStation 4 game they made that's no longer available on the store, and you can only buy it on disc. Because it was awesome.
And
I don't know why.
Donated to him, that would be great.
It's rare as heck, but yeah, go for it if you can.
That'd be lovely.
It would be lovely. It was very good. But yeah, it was a very cool one, and that was a really good game as well. But yeah, there's lots of cool stuff, and I think the references were fantastic. Bebop and Rocksteady, seeing them breathe away from the Foot Clan and Shredder and Krang was fantastic.
That was cute. Cute.
and it was nice the fact that a lot of the mutants were teenagers as well.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was like, it was weird because there was more of a sort of a friendship base there. It's like Superfly was only the villain because he felt he had to be. When you watch it, you'll understand, but he actually starts off being friends with the Turtles and stuff like that. So it's really interesting how they have that sort of almost a schoolyard bully mentality with the supervillains. So it's totally different. It's really from a teenager's viewpoint, which was great. Right, we've also got the fact that we need to score this. What would you give it?
Oh, that would be, I would go again with an 8. Not quite going for the 8.5 on that.
Really? Okay. Well, I would give it a 10 because it was retrotastic, great animation, great lines, from a cool point of view, modernised, fantastic it was. So I would give it a solid 10 out of 10. Right, okay, and we've got our quiz night to talk about. We went to the Light again, which is really cool.
Yeah, because they do things. They've got like a communal area where it's stroke.
Yeah. It is really like a sort of a community event there, which I really like.
Yeah, and we did that. There was 25 teams, varying from, I think there was a couple of single people on their own. There was one table with guys next to us, there was 6.
That's it. Quiz Eubank Senior
And Quiz
was
Eubank Junior. We had 4 people, they had 6.
That's it, yeah. And they were, insane.
They were only in their early to mid-20s as well.
That's it,
I was quite surprised of expecting to see very few people, and the whole place was packed. We was actually very lucky to find.
Yes, we were.
There.
So obviously the quiz night at the Light in Sittingbourne. If you're ever there on a Tuesday night, I would recommend it.
It starts at 8, but I'd recommend getting there about 7.
7.
Because we got there at 7:30, and it was
absolutely full. It was really hard. Yeah. So next time, if we go, I think we're going to leave a lot earlier to get a space.
And because it was run by one woman on her own, but the
That's
staff in the Light behind the bar and stuff were absolutely brilliant.
They were absolutely fantastic. As always, yes.
Even the staff in the cinema part, and downstairs they've got bowling and a little arcade. Everyone in there is fantastic. So
yes, my favourite time was when we went to the dementia screening.
That was cute.
They were very cute and very lovely. So if you want to hear about that, do watch the other tea and talks that are available on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it was great. We came 12 out of 25 people.
25 teams.
25 teams.
Not people. Teams.
So that was
what were we called?
Really good. Wibble.
It was called Wibble. What was our music that
played? I've got a brand new combine harvester and I'll give you the key.
I was like dreading that. I'd pick that because you said I could pick it. I was like, well, I've got to pick that for you.
That's it.
Luckily, we only got the fastest answer twice, so we only had to hear that twice.
That's it. But we did really well.
We did well. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. It was good fun. We got on with people that were sitting near us.
That's
as well.
it, yeah.
So it was.
But
really
they were,
nice.
they were proper into it. They were like hardcore.
The 2 people next to me do it actually all over the place. From it was just a little chat, and they was going off to do another one at the end of the week. I think it's something that they do, and I was like, well, they actually, I think they come second. Those ones, they come second.
Yeah.
So yeah, they take it very seriously.
Yes.
I'm not surprised they come second. I think he come away with 60 quid or something.
Yes.
Like that.
So there were some good prize winnings. I think, to be honest with you, we just missed out on a bit of prize money, which was a shame. But hey ho.
No, they went up to 5. They went up to 5th place. We were 6th place.
There was a couple of instances where we buggered up that we could have done better, isn't it?
Yeah, they did catch you out on a couple.
That's it, yeah.
If you come last, you got a bag of sweets.
Yeah, we didn't get the sweets, which I was a bit. Somebody must. Yes, that's good. But yeah, it was very good soup. So let's talk about the fact that the other day, me, Nick, and Viking, yourself, we did some filming, didn't we?
We did.
Yes, we did.
We did some filming for a new thing.
For a new film. It's going to be called Essex FBI Investigates The Forest of Ash.
So, can you tell where that comes in?
It's a sequel to The Forest of Ash. Indeed. And of course, there was the paranormal investigative with the big cheese that was sort of a segue in the middle. So obviously it goes Forest of Ash.
There's a lot of connections
we have that
to
one,
videos,
and then we have that. Yes. So please do check out some of the previous films, as they now are sort of all connected. It's the Badgerverse, yes. And please do, of course, check out Baguette Mania, our classic. And of course, Egg Roulette.
You with an inch of your life with a baguette.
That's it, yes. And of course, excellent Egg Roulette Adventure, where it is insane. And we, of course, return to the meditation zone with the meditation ghosts, which was rather hilarious. Yeah. So that was really good fun. And a big shout out to Viking for being a good sport and joining us in the films as the new film will involve me, Nick, and Viking, and hopefully some other people.
It also does go into cringe dating a little bit.
That's it, yes. It also goes into cringe dating as well. We got some scenes we need to film for the new cringe dating in order to connect with the new film. Yeah. So that's going to be fun. Yes, so there's lots of stuff in there that we have to sort out.
There's many things in the pipeline.
Yes. So
I'm
it's
surprised
gonna.
it's not blocked.
No. Oh dear. So there's gonna be. So we're going to do Cringe Dating 2, and then we're going to do the sequel to the doll film, which is going to be great.
It is going
So
to be
there is actually a
amazing.
sequence in there. So there we go. So it's quite cool that we've all got them all connected up at the minute. Just need to film a few more bits. I'm hoping that the sequel to Cringe Dating explodes into this other thing as well, and we're going to have lots of little vinaigrettes. Yes, we're going to have lots of little vinaigrettes in there, and we're going to have the main storyline with Viking talking to Mystic Mark, and then we're going to have some other bits as well. So it's all going to connect up, and then there's going to be a dating scene with Jimmy and Viking. The Gertrude. Oh, shh!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! There's going to be a scene in Cringe Dating that connects with the new doll film, and that's going to be great. So lots of cool stuff. And of course, obviously, don't forget to check out the AI transformations. Don't forget to check out the new series of Chuck Norris comedy facts.
That's because I love Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris.
Do you want to smother chocolate over him? Is that right?
Well, I do like an older gentleman.
Older gentleman with a beard.
Oh, yeah, you're only like 3 months older, 2 months older than
2 months older
you're a
than me.
baby.
Oh, thank you, darling. So yeah, Chuck Norris comedy facts, dad jokes, the AI transformations, and of course the films. If you haven't seen them, please do check those out, as we got lots of cool stuff in the pipeline. Yes, indeed. But yeah, so there's 2 films that are going to come out for definite. We've got another one, hopefully, that Kraken Media is going to help us with soon.
Yes.
And
it may or may not be one that I'm doing.
oh yes, no, yes. We're going to work on that hopefully tonight, if we can.
Oh, are we? Oh, okay. Apparently we're doing that this evening.
If there's time, because it's a very short one, and that will be in the shorts section, and I will be putting a bit in the description to sort of add some mystery to the storyline.
No. One word.
One word.
And so you've got to let other people use their minds and use their own imagination to what the heck was going on.
That's it.
And up to the lead up and what's gone on afterwards. And if people want to know more, then they can comment. I want to know what happened, or want to know what's happening next, and then we can go on from there if it's popular.
Yeah, if we get enough comments and if we get enough people watching, then we
want people to engage.
That's
it. People to comment on your videos and content and things. You want people to be able to give you an idea on what they like, and could I see some more of this sort of stuff?
That's it, yeah, we're very open to seeing that. So if you guys like the very short horror film that's going to be coming out, and the other one that Kraken Media is going to be, I want you guys to say, I want to see this developed into a full thing, and I want you to be honest about it. And we'll talk about it, especially the one that Viking's going to be working on. That is definitely going to be something that you'll be like, wow, I want to see more of this, and it's going to be interesting to see how we can develop the storyline. And I do have some ideas jotted down how we are going to flesh it out if it happens. Yes, indeed. So, of course, don't forget that the 99p membership is now active. Thank you very much, everyone.
I even got it at 99.
That's it. Big shout out to, of course, the lovely Magnum Blaster, Death of Rats. Of course, Kraken Media, and of course Mr. Dark Fox as well. Indeed, so big shout out. And a big shout out to all of our members. Thank you very much.
There is a live NPC coming soon, isn't there? No one's going to let you live that down. You promised on the live, when the live premiere, that if you got a donation, thanks to Chair.
Yes, Chair.
Thank you. You're going to be doing a half an hour of YouTube Live as an NPC.
Yes, and we're going to do a variety of different characters,
and
of course.
And if anyone wants to leave a comment of what kind of NPC phrases they would like to see you do over and over again, please comment.
With donations, yes.
Or just comment.
Or just if you would like it to speak. If you'd like to pick a specific one, we can do several different ones. So if you donate and say which ones you would like, I will take that into great consideration. Yes. Indeed. But please become a member if you can, because it's cheaper than a can of Monster
It is actually.
and a Freddo.
A can of Monster and a Freddo.
Yeah.
Can of Monster is like £1.30.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Or cheaper than a Freddo on
And
its
you get
own.
a whole month of you.
Yay! And of course, if we do get more traction with the memberships, I'll be adding more and more rewards in. So please ask me if you would like any rewards and what rewards you would like.
Hand-drawn picture.
That's it, yeah.
It's
Oh,
quite good. It's quite good.
they are quite good, yes. But please look at the different tariffs. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
There's many choices.
There's miniature. There's a cornucopia.
And you managed to say that okay, but you couldn't say like the other word. Small words.
Small words.
Small words.
Small words, yes. Yes, indeed. So thank you very much for watching. And as a side note, this is of course a version of the guy that we did the other day, isn't it? It's a version of his artwork, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it because it just reminds me of like the little like puffing books from when he was a kid in the 80s.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, the 70s and 80s. And I love it. I love the artwork on this. This is from Sheen.
That's it. That's from Shane. And of course it does connect in with the card game we reviewed the other day called Let's Dig for Treasure. What's your thoughts on that game?
I got a jar of dirt.
I got a jar of dirt.
Every time I get the card that's dirt, I'm like, I've got a jar of dirt.
It's definitely one of our favourite card
It
games.
is.
Yes.
It's a nice, quick little game that you can do and still be competitive, but not falling out competitive. I don't fall out with you, even if you're winning.
Ooh, maybe.
I say if you're winning, you are really Brett Groups.
I'm not Brett Gooks.
You don't win.
I do also have an idea for another film with Brett about his collection of different jars. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be a little short, daft film. I'm quite
Jars,
looking-
weird stuff.
Yes. Hopefully it all connected in with board games and stuff like that. So to keep the board game idea fresh. And if you would like to see a sequel to Baguette Mania, please don't forget to donate in the comments, because there's no way am I going to put myself through that without a donation again.
Yeah, I did crack you a couple of times in
Yes.
the Family Jewels.
Family Jewels. We're also considering doing the, what was it one?
I know.
With the tortilla wraps thing.
Oh, the tortilla wrap slap challenge.
Tortilla wrap slap challenge.
I know it was like a last year or the year before trending thing, but you have a mouthful of water,
Yes.
you have a flour tortilla,
Yes.
or a cool one if you're celiac, you're wheat intolerant, and you do rock, paper, scissors, and whoever loses, the other one has to slap you around the face really hard with a tortilla wrap. If you spit your water out, you get another slap around the face.
Yes, that's true. So if you would like to help us with that, please let us
I
know.
think Gertrude the Viking and Brett Gooks should do that.
That's
But
it.
can you imagine, like, you know, even Badger Jr. and like Nick getting involved in that?
Yes, so we could do that. So if you'd like to donate for the pricely sum of a cost of some wraps, that'd be great, as it goes towards the channel, and of course it goes
It would
towards the
actually go
making of the film.
towards actually buying the wraps to do.
That's it. I usually go towards buying the wraps to do the film, so that'd be fantastic. Right, and thank you very much everyone for watching. Look after yourselves. Keep safe. Keep well. Much love everyone, and I'll see you in the next vlog, video, stream, movie, or short. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Whoa, that was my ears.
Bye. We're coming for you, Barbara.